Shania, can you hear me? Unmute your mic and talk to me. Shania, can you hear me? Please unmute your mic.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I see there are two devices logged in as Shania. Is it you or we have another Shania on the call?
I think there's another one.
Okay. Now, I gave you some work to do, which you actually submitted for marking. Can you share the screen? We'll look at that presentation, the work you have in PowerPoint. Okay, you can take me through that work. Actually, you can read for us the learning activity, then you present, you discuss for us that same work you have. I will comment after your presentation.
Mm. Question.
Are you looking for the learning activity?
Yes.
I can share mine here. I think it's nearer. Let me look for it. You can unshare. It was asking about the characteristics of a good software, right?
Yes.
Is it the second learning activity we are doing
Yes.
so far?
It's the second one.
Have you seen yours? Or you stopped looking for it?
Mm. The questions are on the phone. I did the work somewhere else.
Oh. Okay, you can share the points. We look at the characteristics of a good software. You can share the screen and then present that the features, the one you prepared in a PowerPoint.
I've started sharing.
Yes, I can see your screen. You can go ahead.
So the question was asking about the characteristics of a good software. So when I researched, I found this and saying while developing any kind of software product, the first question in any developer's mind is what are the qualities that good software should have? Well, before going into technical characteristics, I'd like to state the obvious expectations one has from any software. First and foremost, a software product must meet all the requirements of the customer or end user. Also, the cost of the developing and maintaining the software should be low. The development of software should be completed in the specified time frame. Well, these were the obvious things which are expected from any, and software development is a project in itself. Now let's take a look at software quality factors. These set of factors can be easily explained by the software quality triangle. The three characteristics of good application software are operational characteristics, transition, and revision characteristics. And this is the software triangle where we have operation, transition, and revision, and they are explained here. The operational characteristics should be what operational characteristics should a software have? These are functionality-based factors and related to exterior quality of software. Various optional characteristics of software are correctness. The software which we are making should meet all the specifications stated by the customer. Usability stroke learnability. The amount of efforts or time required to learn how to use the software should be less. This makes the software user-friendly even for IT illiterate people. Integrity. Just like medicines have side effects, in the same way a software may have a side effect, i.e., it may affect the working of another application, but a quality software should not have side effects. Reliability. The software product should not have any defects. Not only this, it shouldn't fail while execution. Efficiency. This characteristic relates to the way software uses the available resources. The software should make effective use of the storage space and execute command as per desired timing requirements. F. Security. With the increase in security threats nowadays, this factor is gaining importance. The software shouldn't have ill effects on data, stroke hardware. Power measures should be taken to keep data secure from external threats, e.g. safety. The software should not be hazardous to the environment or life. What are the revision characteristics of software? These are engineering-based factors of the relate to interior quality. of the software like efficiency, documentation, and structure. These factors should be inbuilt in any good software. Various revision characteristics of software are maintainability. Maintenance of the software should be easy for any kind of user. Flexibility. Changes in the software should be easy to make. Extensibility. It should be easy to increase the functions performed by it. Scalability. It should be very easy to upgrade it for more work or for more number of users. Testability. Testing the software should be easy. Modularity. Any software is said to be made of units and modules which are independent of each other. These modules are then integrated to make the final software. If the software is divided into separate independent parts that can be modified, tested separately, it has high modularity. Transition characteristics of the software. In, interoperability. Interoperability is the ability of software to exchange information with other applications and make use of information transparently. Usability. If we are able to use the software code with some modifications for different purpose, then we call software to be reusable. Portability. The ability of software to perform same functions across all environments and platforms. Demonstrate its portability. Importance of any of these factors varies from application to application. In systems where human life is at stake, integrity and reliability factors must be given prime importance. In any business-related application, usability and maintainability are key factors to be considered. Always remember in software engineering, quality of software is everything. Therefore, try to deliver a product which has all.
Okay, thank you so much, Shania, for that presentation. Comments, you can keep the sharing. Don't unshare, keep it there. Uh, okay, the content is right. That's the basic of it. The content is right, and what I would like to comment about is the qualities of a good presentation. Now, I don't know whether have you done anything about PowerPoint and qualities of a good PowerPoint?
No.
Okay. Okay, now we are going to do something small. First of all, the information you put in a presentation or in a PowerPoint has to be in a summary form. So you could get all the information we have here in your presentation and read as you've done. Read and then come up with a summary of what you've read. So it's the summary that we put in a PowerPoint. That's for PowerPoint. If you're using maybe Microsoft Word, you can write as many as possible. But for PowerPoint, you make sure that your presentation is not very big. Even the slides, you make sure that the slides are not very many, and you also make sure that the content in each slide is not congested. I'm going to show you a sample of a presentation about characteristics of a good software, but before that, let's first look at your presentation. We add there some designs and animations to make it look more good or to make it look better, because for a presentation it has to be attractive to the people you're presenting to. So can you go to design? You can move the cursor and select a design of your choice. You move the cursor on those designs that are displayed below. Oh, first press Ctrl Z. There is something I want to show you. Press Ctrl Z on your computer. Oh, did you press Ctrl Z?
Yeah.
Sure. You go back to the slide. Okay. Okay, that's it. So I wanted to put that design on one slide, on only slide one. So you right click on the design you had selected, right click, then select apply to selected slides. Okay. You go to another slide and select a different design. Like that. So that's how we put in more designs. Now to make the presentation even better, you make sure that the wordings that are many are not presented in red, because red is very bright and it can affect the eyesight of those people you're presenting to. So you can use red maybe for a subheading. For a heading, for example, characteristics of a good software can be in red, but you make sure that these words that are many are not in those bright colors. So you can select some other color. Okay, you will do more later. Just I'm showing you a few basics. Even the background color, for example, for this slide one, you can change the background color and the colors. No, not there. Just after that, there is colors after the designs displayed on your right. Yeah, that one. You can click on it. We see what it brings to us. So you can select any of those color combinations. Mm, the other thing I want you to explore is see under animations. So add their animations and transitions. Now for the animation is for the whole slide. For example, you can choose any of those ones that are displayed. Under animations, you have can you select any of those ones that are displayed? You clicked on animations and you have a few. Yeah, those ones. You can select any of those ones. You keep moving the cursors. The one that impresses you, you select it. Okay. So now how do you see those animations? You go on slideshow. When you click on slideshow, you can see from the beginning. So those are the animations you've set for that slide. When you click, you can click. Since you didn't put any animation for those other slides, they are not coming, but you will add them in your free time. You can press escape key to stop the slideshow. Okay. Yeah, basically, in the next presentations, you make sure that you work on those ones.
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, let me show you the sample I promised. You can unshare. I look for it.
I'm the alpha, I'm the leader, I'm the one to trust. Together we do whatever it takes.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, now okay, we can go through this. Let me put it under slideshow. So what you saw at the beginning was an animation, and what you've just seen now and what you're also seeing, the way those words are coming up, that's a transition that is also set in a presentation. So we are looking at the characteristics of a good software. As I told you, for a PowerPoint, you make sure that you make a summary. So this is a summary of all what you presented. When you look at this, the first two characteristics, can you read for me what we have on the screen?
Does it provide the required functionality?
So for a good software, you have to make sure that it provides the required functionality. There are some softwares that are developed under the user's request. For example, if you want a software and you tell a programmer to design it for you, you tell that programmer, I want a software that is going to be able to do A, B, C, D. So after that software is being developed, for it to qualify as a good software, it has to provide the required functionality. And secondly, we have
Reliable, dependable, and predictable.
I I I hope you remember all these. Reliable, dependable, you talked about in your presentation. This is just a summary of it. So reliability, the software has to be reliable. Yeah, there should not be some errors as you're executing the software, or as maybe you're installing the software. We do not expect any error to come up as you're executing it, and that will qualify it as a good software and being reliable. And then the other one is talking about maintenance and updated. So for a software to be good, it has to be very easy to be maintained, and then the update shouldn't be very hard. Yeah, you should not find issues in updating a good software. So that's another quality for it. Then appropriate user interface, that's also another quality or characteristic of a good software. It has to provide appropriate user interface. When we talk of user interface, maybe you can look at the any software or device you can use, and it is user friendly. For example, when you talk of a remote is a remote, and you the user, that's the user interface. You gotten the remote of a TV and start using it. Of course, the TV you're putting on has gotten some software programs installed in it, and that's why it is able to display different programs on the TV that are not tangible, qualifying them to be a program or a software. And others we have complete documentation. The software should be complete. For it to qualify a good software, it should complete and it should be easily customized or configured. Configuration, these are the steps you take to arrange different software programs, or you can take it as the steps that are taken in installation of different programs. So these steps should be easily configured. You should not find any difficult as you're installing the software programs. Then for a software to be good, it has to be very simple for users. Software programs that are difficult for users do not qualify to be good software programs. So for a software program to be good, it has to be very simple, user-friendly. And the other one is lifetime. Yeah, it should be measured in years, not these programs or software programs that are expiring after a week or after a month or after weeks. For a good software, it has to be measured in years. Okay. All right. So that's a summary of the characteristics of a good software. And the comments I've made about the presentation, you remember them?
Yes.
You make sure that the presentation, each slide is not congested. Yeah, you make sure you do not have, for example, on this slide we are seeing, I only have 4 points and these 4 points are summarized. That's what I told you, that after reading, you make a summary in the presentation. So you make sure that your presentation is not congested. You make sure it is attractive by adding different designs, adding different animations and transitions. Yeah, to make the presentation attractive. Okay, any inquiry about this?
No.
Okay, now to test the qualities of a good presentation, I'm going to ask you go read about what the consumer of a software wants and what the producer wants. I'm going to create a learning activity about that, send to you, and then prepare for me a presentation that has the qualities we've talked about, that has the designs, has gotten the animations, transitions, that is not congested, that is actually summarized, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Unless you have a question, we can stop here for today. Do you have any question?
No.
You had asked me about computer hardware as a topic, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. We are going to look at it briefly. That's after this subtopic we had started. We shall look at it briefly, and yeah, I will design for you different learning activities. You attempt them, and then we have the discussion about them. And but for a course, for you to access that course about computer hardware, you will need, but you told me they gave you the notes, right? You have the
The
notes
note
about computer hardware.
we had just started.
Okay. Okay. You can Either use some web browsers to research about any activity that I'll give in about computer hardware, because computer hardware is a topic of senior 1 and you subscribed to senior 2, isn't it? So you will not see computer hardware as a course in your senior 2 work, because it is senior 1 work, unless when you subscribe for senior 1. That's when you'll be able to look at it in details. But I will develop for you learning activities. You go make research and then make supplements and more explanations in the live sessions. I hope that one is okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to send you the learning activity on the group. You work on it, send for marking on the side.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Likewise.